Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 1.8% to 29,376. Ethereum down 0.41% to 1778. What we're going to do together is just do a quick run through the crypto market. We're looking specifically at different sectors, and you can see the sector name here up in the top left hand corner. This keeps you informed on what cryptos are moving in what industries or what sectors. This becomes a really valuable roadmap to you later on when you go back to visit a particular day and you can see how the entire market is moving. This is actually what smart money does. It looks across the entire crypto industry. Smart money knows that opportunities reset daily, and things like bull markets and bear markets don't matter to smart money. Smart money doesn't care what retail influencers talk about bear markets and ice and frozen wastelands and crypto winters. They just don't care because they know opportunities reset every day. The amount of negative sentiment in the crypto market is just astronomical. And this reminds us of the absolute euphoria that was experienced at or around the top as well. It's important to understand that the retail mind, the retail method, is like a roller coaster of emotion. And that roller coaster is something that we get off. Smart money doesn't do roller coaster rides. It's a profession. They're basically like eagles with long-sighted vision, and they're always looking for opportunity. So that's why I go through this really quick market scan to give you a record of what is happening day by day. And why do I do that? Because I want you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. I've also left helpful links in the description of this video, and you can reach out and directly message me on Twitter at any time. If you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our community's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. The sun will come out again, and there's always hope. As crypto technical analysts, we scientifically track investor attention, and investor attention is measured by price, which is reality, not future promises. We understand also that there's a deep psychological element to investing and trading, and we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell, but less than 5% of investors know how to trade. Investing or trading is deeply psychological, and that's why before you buy and sell, you must have a professional outlook on the market. Crypto requires diamond hands to hodl, a diamond mind to BORSOG, and a diamond heart to enjoy life and embrace the volatility. People experience a tremendous amount of anxiety, pain, and even depression when it comes to the crypto market. When everything is moving in their favor, of course, it's fantastic, it's party time, laser eyes come out. But the crypto market also does that to the downside, and that catches a lot of people by surprise. When I say crypto is the most incredibly volatile market on the planet, that's to the upside and also to the downside. And our community is here to help people through this, getting a diamond heart, a diamond mind, and diamond hands. Andreas said something incredibly good. The trouble is that life will continue to repeat harsh lessons at increasing levels of pain until we learn to embrace the hidden gem inside the pain. Andreas said, I had cancer myself with a 50% chance of surviving. After surgery, I refused chemo and went on a self-healing journey. As brutal as it was, I needed to grow and address past trauma that was not even inside my consciousness. I had to work on my body, mind, and emotions and energies, which is a lifelong process. Some wonderful human beings guiding me. We can only numb ourselves for so long. The truth is always knocking. We just have to be willing to open the doors. The truth can be very painful, but there is no suffering when we truly accept it. Real wealth to all my sisters and brothers out there. Just beautiful, Andreas, and we're so glad that you're still here. Andreas experienced what many of us experience. Tough times strengthen, and this is really important to grasp that hidden gem within the pain. Flamingo said something really beautiful. Creation or creating something new, like birthing a new life, can be really, really painful. However, that pain leads to the beauty of a new life. How gorgeous! This is really good. When you think about all the pain you can experience, because losses they feel very real, but they're on paper. And we know the crypto industry is here to stay. Of course, governments do their thing, but they're only trying to control it. If we zoom out, we get a better perspective. Flamingo goes on to say, the same concept is true when we go through the pain of becoming or birthing a better or new version of ourselves, because we usually go through difficult or painful times before we become that better version. Incredibly wise words. We don't like discomfort, but in retrospect, we arrive at a better situation and a better version of ourselves by going through this discomfort in order to learn. Groundhog Day, which is a terrific film. I urge you to watch it if you haven't seen it. It's quite an old film, but it's great. It's a beautiful story that illustrates this because the main character, Bill Murray, keeps repeating the same day, the same lessons over and over and over again until he gets it right. Now, how does he get it right? How does this main character get it right? Well, at the start, Bill's all about Bill. Bill's living in Bill land. He doesn't care about anyone else. But when he learns to reach out, he learns to love, he learns to be kind, the whole world changes for him. And one day, he awakens to a new day. And it's vitally important to understand that you're exactly where you need to be. If it's feeling really bad, very, very painful, maybe you can't even get out of bed, you need to be here. You need to be in this situation because life lessons grow in cost until learned. Don't put the lesson off. Learn from it. Life is here for you. It's not against you. The universe is conspiring in your favor. And that favor, just like Flamingo said, is to become a better, kinder, more loving version of yourself, not a more lethal, nasty version of yourself. There's no happiness in conflict. Patrick also had some pretty good words. My tip to someone experiencing panic or blame would be to step back and ask if one is playing the long game. That requires patience. And a lot of everything, well, everything inside the crypto market is a move towards patience. And this may sound kind of counterintuitive, but it's absolutely correct. We simply cannot plan our whole life on a 4-hour candle chart. And Rex says, whatever happens, I am happy. That's brilliant. That is what it's all about. That's strong growth. And that actually signifies that Rex has learned the foundations of dealing with crypto. And it's not an easy thing to do. What he says, what Rex says, I will simply shake it off quickly and focus on the good things. That's the key. Focus on the good things in life. And there are so many good things in life. Zooming out has taught me to remove crypto stress. I have patience now and I can wait. Fantastic, Rex. And Jess also has some very, very good advice. First, avoid the noises. There are a lot of noisy people out there, but the charts tell you the truth. So look at the charts. Second, learn, understand, and then practice pulling the trigger. That's buying and selling. And you want to do that with very small amounts when you start. Don't bet the farm because you'll burn the farm. The markets don't exist at your pleasure. They exist to reward your knowledge. That's why doing small amounts and scaling up is something that we talk about inside the masterclass. You will still make mistakes after learning, but when you lose, don't lose the lesson. Why is that? Because if you lose the lesson will come back at a greater level of pain. You want to learn your lessons as quickly as possible. And that's not just in crypto, that's in life. Fourth, Jess suggests keep learning, trying, and repeat. As long as I'm moving, I'm one step closer to zone 4. It's just really beautiful. There were so many incredible comments, and Meditative did a very, very good one as well. If your hard-earned money is in the market, it should be there based on your own research education, and conviction. It's really important. You're the only one that can make your decisions. It's really easy to reach out and blame other people, but if you do so, you get stuck in zone 2, and there will be a cost for that. There'll be lots of cost for that. If you can learn how to do things better next time, that's the way. And do so with a loving and kind attitude, not only towards yourself. Forgiveness is critically important, but be kind to others as well. When I lectured first and second year statistics, I saw so many students literally beating themselves up and saying, "I'm so stupid, why didn't I get the right answer?" And I always said, be kind to yourself. You're just learning. You have to make mistakes to learn. Tracy said, "What I learn is take profits. Profits start where you buy." Fantastic, Tracy. Gabriel had some really good advice as well, and we have a very loving and kind community with very strong boundaries as well. If you're feeling stressed, just take a break for a couple of days and clear your head. Gabriel said it works wonders for me. There's nothing worse than watching price every 5 minutes. The concept is we're inside a BORSOG market, and BORSOG is always profitable because you can go in and out. I've discussed many times wartime trading, depression trading, all sorts of trading, bear market trading, and it's really all about doing the levels correctly. You need to have a lot of patience to do this, and you do need knowledge. Learning is a critical thing. Badger said, "I don't think anyone starts off trading in Zone 3 and Zone 4. Losses are hidden gems that help forge strong trading rules going forward." Just beautiful, Badger. Opportunities reset daily. We must adjust our minds to engage with uncertainty, and we need emotional control. Patience is a prerequisite because the markets will transfer money from the impatient to the patient. It's important to take the time necessary to grow and learn. Thank you, Badger. Really, really kind and very insightful words. Many people, just like the students that I had in the past, they take it seriously. They take it personally when they don't get the right answer to the question or they don't make money from the particular investment or trade. Burn past stories that no longer serve you is a really, really important thing to do. I used to say to my students who were going through those things, "You got this, you can do it. You're just missing some foundations. Go back and actually learn and take control of your learning as well. Take it seriously. You can do well." And those students totally turned around and they did exceptionally well. Often you just need someone to believe in you, and I believe in you. I see a lot of people on YouTube talk about buying and selling levels and indicators and all sorts of things and giving their interpretation on where we are in the cycle, but they don't talk about the deeply psychological aspect of trading and investing. People can be their own worst enemies. People expect just to make profit and to make no losses, and that is not how the market works. The market exists to raise your level of knowledge. And losses are the tuition fee that is payable by and to the market. And I firmly believe that when people take a step backwards, they will take 2 steps forward if they can just uncover the hidden gem in that step backwards. When we look at the crypto market, we can see extreme fear has been in the market for so very, very long. After this capitulation came down, the market has gone basically flat, but the extreme fear in the market still resides. Looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently trading at 29,336. Something very, very interesting about this particular chart. Note how Bitcoin has been coming up day after day. It's now at that resistance line. What happens if Bitcoin gets over resistance? Generally, I give you a question and we talk about it in the comments, or I answer it the next day. I want to tell you what could potentially happen here, but I'll just show you a couple more things. We can see the longs coming into the market and they're increasing. The shorts are also getting more bold. They're coming into the market. Now, what happens if this resistance line is overcome and it looks pretty interesting right now. You can see price is basically sitting right on it. And what do we know is happening to the entire crypto market? The entire crypto market, Bitcoin is happening to every alt. This pattern is happening to every single alt. And what you will find is some get over exaggerated when price goes up, and some get over exaggerated when price comes down. But Bitcoin's gravity is undeniably impacting every alt. What will happen to the shorts when they realize the price is not continuing down? They'll get liquidated. Now, what happens when a short gets liquidated? They have to buy to cover their position. That will put upward price momentum at least to the 31,863 level and possibly higher. Now, what does that mean? If the shorts get broken in this particular thing, we could actually be witnessing a turnaround. And this could be a very, very big turnaround that catches a lot of people on the wrong side of the trade. Why is that? Because if you listen out there in YouTube and on the press and the media, everybody is calling for the end of the world. And so that's giving the shorts a lot of confidence. And what happened months and months ago up near the top? Everybody was putting on laser eyes and saying it's going to the moon. So if we think about it, often things are wrong. And if that is the case, and we see a technical breakout from this level of resistance, that could be interesting. Now, what could potentially go against that? We're in the weekend. The trading volume is light. But what's going for it? Look at the relative strength. The relative strength inside Bitcoin has been increasing since around the 9th of May. So what we've actually seen over many, many weeks, relative strength is increasing. But you say, Ken, the price is decreasing. Not really. It's always been around 1 or A, and it's been bouncing up and down. And you say, but Ken, that resistance line is pushing down. This thing is going to 24,000. No, it's going to 8,000. I heard some guy say it. He must be right. I think it was that Peter Schiff guy. He's a real strong supporter of Bitcoin and crypto in general. What you have to look at is the technicals. What actually happens in here? The shorts will be placing their stop losses at various levels, and the smart money will be hunting them. It will be hunting those stops. It hunted the longs down here. It will hunt the shorts in here. So let's keep our eye on what could actually happen. Turning to liquidations, there's been 94.7 million in liquidations across 50,932 positions. And in the past 24 hours, 62% of those were short. What about the past 12 hours? 56%. Past 4 hours? 81%. What about the past hour? 55%. You can see that shorts and longs have this symbiotic relationship. The shorts come in to cool the market. The longs come in to heat the market. And what do we anticipate is going to happen next? First of all, it's weekend trading. So weekend typically has low volumes, but the shorts are getting hit more than the longs at the moment. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Where do you think we're headed to? Do you think we're going to stay around A level? For example, the 28,940 mark, or come down to B around 26,600, or even down to C, 24,512. Or do you think we're going up to 1 around 3814, or potentially 2, 33,434? Please let me know in the comments. This is really, really good for you to do. The more you actually take on yourself, the better you will be. And don't forget, you're the only one that can buy and sell. You're the only one who can make a decision on what you do. You're the one who pulls the trigger. So do as much learning as you can possibly do. Collecting some probabilities. What do we see with futures open interest? And of course, it's not about doing any form of leverage trading. If you do it, you're going to lose everything that you put in and potentially more sooner or later. Don't gamble. Don't put into the market more than you can afford to lose. And that's stock standard advice for any market, stock market, forex market. It's a reasonable concept that everybody goes from. But if you gamble, and a lot of people do, know that eventually you will lose. So please don't gamble, just apply knowledge. Knowledge is rewarded. And what do we see here? Just like a good detective, we're seeing open interest increasing, but price decreasing. What is this? It's nothing more than smart money manipulation. They're trying to force people out of the market. But why would they do that, Ken? Why are these smart money? They're so nasty. Well, I guess that's just the way of the markets. This is what happens. But the truth is, when we look to the NASDAQ and we look to the main markets, we know they're all actually going up. And what does that mean? They haven't decayed. They've not done the nosedive down. And we can see Bitcoin is doing the same thing. There's underlying pressure, underlying positive momentum, and you can see that through the RSI. What the RSI tells us is the relative strength of Bitcoin is increasing. It's not decreasing. It's getting stronger. The buying power is getting stronger. Just keep in mind, the markets are closed in the US tomorrow. For example, the NASDAQ opens in 36 hours, 45 minutes. I've recently heard about different people saying different things on stablecoins. Please realize that these stablecoins were stress tested financially, and people have been saying that $10 billion of UST came out of the market. If it was 10 billion, it would fall from 82 to 72. It's about 75.67. Please be aware and check the facts of what people are saying. A lot of people said that money flew away from Tether and landed in USDC. We can see that's simply not the truth. That didn't actually happen. We saw a downturn here. There was a little bit of a kick up, but it was certainly not only about $2 billion. It was certainly not the 10 that people were talking about. What do we actually see here with BUSD as the stable coin? We had about 2 billion, well under 2 billion, flow in to BUSD, but DAI took a big hit. They came in, stress tested, and came out, and it's maintained its peg fairly well. A lot of people will tell you that stable coins are 100% stable. They're always $1. That's absolute rubbish. And inside the masterclass, I've got a special lesson devoted to this, and the lesson title is Stablecoins Are Not Stable. That lesson is TM15. You can see stablecoins can vary from their peg dramatically and even wildly. And that's okay, because that's what stablecoins do. They're not stable. A lot of people think, oh, it's depegging, I need to run for the hills. Stablecoins are always depegging and repegging. That's part and parcel of the crypto market. And I think it's just a misunderstanding that many people have. The truth is, you only need to look at the charts, and that's what we do inside the masterclass. Let's have a look at the top cryptos. We can see Bitcoin has been coming down, and we do deep dives on this every day, so we know what that's all about. Ethereum, looking at Bitcoin's gravity, but this chart, they're all on a daily basis. I just wanted to zoom out a little bit more for you. You can see Ethereum has been following Bitcoin's gravity. Binance Coin has also been following, but recently it's spiked up, it's surged up. This is important to understand. When we get a big sell-off in Bitcoin, if the exchange-based tokens start to spike, that means that people are actually buying. They're accumulating. They're actually buying BNB to get trading discount fees. And this is important to understand, and it supports the RSI as well. And Binance is the largest crypto trading exchange in the world. XRP coming down in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. Pay attention to ADA. This could be really interesting. The Vassal hard fork is coming out, which is scaling and dApps. And that's June the 29th. So it's a little way off. But what we've seen time and time again is when anything inside the crypto market happens that creates a lot of buzz, it can be a very profitable thing to get into. Of course, no certainty, only probabilities, and use your knowledge and make your own decisions, because only you can buy and sell. Personally, I like the look of ADA. Let's have a look at Solana, just coming down following Bitcoin's gravity. DOT doing the same. Doge effectively doing the same. Which out of these 8 do you think is the more interesting? And there's 2 questions here. Which is most interesting and which one has the most power? The more you do, the more you get deeply involved with these charts, the more money that you will make and the less stress that you will feel. Let's have a look at the top performers: EGLD, Elron, Lido, XTC, Stepan, Stellar, Gala, KuCoin Token, SHIB and Kasama. They've all been doing quite well. Let's go from the other perspective. What are the greatest losses? You can see not too much actually. Maker, Phantom, but they're really low levels of loss. Axie Infinity, only the 3rd largest loss, but only 1.16% down. Carver, Uniswap, ICP, Tron, and Compound. When you're investing and trading, always make for your portfolio and for your trades in advance probabilistic choices. What will you do if everything goes against you and prices tank? You must have a strategy. What about if everything goes for you? You must have a strategy there as well. What will you do? Will you scale out and make profit, or will you buy more? These are the really important things to discuss inside your own mind. You need to know what you're doing at all times. Or if price just goes flat and goes nowhere, that's also very important. Remember, only you can buy and sell, and you need to be 100% accountable for that. Treat the market as the volatile thing that it is. Let's have a look at the Metaverse plays. We can see that sand is following the gravitational bias of Bitcoin, but it's showing some strength. What about Axie Infinity? It's just recently taken a hit. What about Gala, following the directional bias of Bitcoin, following Bitcoin's gravity, as is Mana, Decentraland? What about Engine Coin? Still following, showing some weakness in here. Looks a lot like Axie. What do we see with Ape? Ape is actually consolidating down here at the moment. Could be interesting to keep your eye on Ape. What about Chili's? Chili's has had a little bit of a dip, so we're seeing some things play out. Which of these particular charts, and we can see Sand is doing very similar price action to Chili's. Which particular chart here do you feel has the most strength? And it's also good to give a bit of a reason. We've got a very loving and kind community, and everybody supports everyone. Everybody wants everybody else to be successful, and that's what a true community, a true globally extended family is all about. Let's have a look at some more community favorites. We can see Near doing a bit of a bounce. Very interesting. Sharp angles are reflecting. What do we see with Matic? It's following Bitcoin's gravity. What about Icon? Following Bitcoin's gravity as well. Veracity is looking weaker. Bitcoin's gravity was basically going flat for a time, then went down, then went back up. We can see that over accentuated in VRA. What about Rose? It's literally just following Bitcoin's gravity. GMT, we can see this big sell-off in Bitcoin drew GMT down with it. We had a bit of a convergence, but you can see there's a lot of following here in directional bias. That means when Bitcoin went down for a certain percentage, we saw also GMT coming down by a percentage, but a different one. And this is what directional correlation is all about. IOTA, we see IOTA and we see IOTX doing quite well. They're holding up well. They're both showing strength. Looking at Theta, we can see it's following Bitcoin's gravity, as is T-Fuel. SHIB has done a bit of a spike up, hit a resistance level and backed off. That's what we would anticipate. That's how the rules work. EGLD is going really well. Look at that sharp angle reversing and reflecting. Perfect textbook stuff. This is what we talk about inside the masterclass. Phantom, we can see Phantom showing strength in relationship to Bitcoin. What about CHR? Also showing strength. LRC also showing strength, just consolidating at the moment. And what about Cosmos, Atom? It's shown a bit of weakness relatively, just recently. Stellar is also showing some sharp angle reflecting. And what about CRB? It's just literally following Bitcoin's gravity at the moment. What about AVAX? Showing weakness recently, but now showing strength. It's doing reversion. What about Arweave? Showing weakness as well, but it's moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. What about Zilliqa? It's just leveling out at the moment at a past level of resistance. So this could be quite interesting. Just keep your eye on ZIL. See how that one moves over time. Uni. What do we see with Uni? It's just following Bitcoin's gravity. Had a bit of an explosion, but then normalized back. FTT is looking a bit weaker here, and that's something that we need to keep our eye on. Tron is looking really good, but we know everything gets spiky. These blow-offs come with blow-downs. Blow off, blow down. Implosion, explosion. Just keep that in mind. You don't miss out on crypto, but you just have to have patience. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think that Bitcoin will do? Is it going to numbers or going to letters? And how do you think the stock market's performance recently will affect it? There's so much psychology when it comes to trading and investing, and a lot of people don't realize just how much until they end up in bed and they're just so frustrated and depressed that they can't even get out of bed because of the massive losses that they've suffered. But the key is to embrace the hidden gem inside the pain. What can you learn from this? How can you be a better version of yourself? What do you do differently? What extra knowledge do you need? And literally, the market is the single best place to come for self-development. I know that sounds crazy. A lot of people say, well, Ken, I just want to buy and sell. I want to get rich. But it doesn't work like that. You need a lot of knowledge. But more importantly, you need the emotional mastery. And your future begins when you move past pain. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you as part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for mentoring masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. And please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.